Hello guys, si Kaya sa ulit ito at welcome sa episode 8 ng laro tayo ng Disco Elysium. Teka guys, bago lang natin start, i-continue. Check ko muna, pasaway si OBS kasi kung minsan eh. Okay, teka. Okay, para sigurado, yung save file ko, di ko double save ko, pero teka. Okay, continue. Bago natin ituloy, teka. Pakita ko lang sa inyo kung bakit naggawa ako ng second save. Kung ba't sinabi ko mahirap kalabanin yung kalaban ng isa. Ay, teka. Autosave, teka. Autosave. Delete. Ayoko ng autosave. Okay, so to. Pakita ko sa inyo bakit sabi ko mahirap yung kalaban na yun. So, teka. Dito muna tayo. Ay, pakita ko sa inyo kung bakit kailangan natin umiwas sa kanya.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Kasi problema physical instrument masyadong low tapos stat natin para doon. Physical instrument. Ito. Level 3 lang eh. Teka. Depende, kulang pa para mag-level. Ano?
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezing it. It hurts. You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Okay, ito. Sige.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
Mahirap kasi talaga eh. Okay, so anyway, save na natin to load natin yung isa. Yung tatakas na lang tayo dun eh. Okay, para sigurado, kasi baka mamaya may depression na naman to recording ko eh, so para sigurado tayo, ito double save ko. So, teka, save. Para skip na yan. Tapos yung ibalik ko to sa isa. Tapos save ko ulit. Para meron tayo multiple copies. Dito tayo ngayon dadaan. Iwasan natin siya. Collecting rainwater. No, teka. Dali. May ano eh, meron siyang thought. All around you, great machines in equations. Dito muna. Tingnan mo na kung nandito sa dulo side. Ano to? May items dito. Yata. At least 3 packs worth of secret butts. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Wait, how hard? Did I do this? It's probably nothing. Sige, try natin.
Well, Yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Tingnan siya. Nag-level up ba? Kulang pa. Wala pa. This is really sad. I must have been miserable. Looks like I had a lot of fun. I'm still not completely convinced it was me. I must have been on an advanced scouting mission in the harbor. Let's just move on. Finish that. Hmm. At sa mga unang yung mga natapos nating parang bad trip na talaga tong character natin eh. So, kasi I had a lot of fun. I'm still not completely convinced it was me. No, so ito na. Ito, number 1.
Yes, this scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on.
He turns to thief. Ano yun? Yung mga bote pwedeng kunin. Okay. Recyclables. Meron pa isa. It's good to recycle. Paano bumaba dito? May doon eh. Next step ka. Bababa tayo dito sa hagdan siguro. Anong meron dito?
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, Rene Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
So this is where Rene works. I'm gonna look around. Search the booth. Have a seat, rest. Sige. Search.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
I'll take the picture. Tingnan natin kung ano yan.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street
Big
fair. The
photo of
man,
a happy couple.
Rene, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera. Rene looks like he's about to smile. This photo must be tied to some good memories.
Why did you take that picture of René?
The lieutenant asks, glancing at the photo. I'm gonna ask him about it. I'm a cop. It's instinctual to collect evidence. I'm making an artistic photo collage game. Asan, maganda. Sige, tanong natin.
You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure, as long as it doesn't take up a whole lot of time.
Ask Rene about the photo. The photo you found in the night watchman's booth. The one with the happy couple. Ask Rene about it. He looked uncharacteristically happy in the picture. Okay. Check natin items. Hindi pwede tignan. Okay, have a seat.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons.
Breathe deep. Search for a little something. Search for a little something to help you out. Sige, ito.
The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date.
Painkiller. Kim, would you mind if I help myself to some meds? Take the painkillers. Take the side effects. Tingnan natin mo, mga delikado eh.
Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, prophet's disease, sudden death,
Prophet's disease.
hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to La Opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse.
Ano ba yan?
Maybe this was a bad idea.
Kim, wag. Nope. Get up.
You stand and exit the booth.
Masyadong pasaway yun. Ano yun? Check natin na kung natin items. Items. Photo of a happy couple. May presyo. $1.21. A black and white photo of a couple posing in front of a Ferris wheel. The girl is young and pretty. The man clad in fancy uniform and smiling. On the back, a very steady hand has written the words Revachol Fair. Summer of 91. Save muna natin. Progress is progress. Hindi tayo pwede bumaba dun. Baka dito. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering on the screen covering looks like some ang bilis kasi. Teka, bago tayo dumaan doon, check natin tong building muna. Ayun, pwede pumasok doon, nice. Ito. Exit. Okay.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Wala naman tayo pwede tawagan eh. Leave. The radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. Ano to? Every worker, member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. And at the bottom, the union logo and demand democracy. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Di ba tayo pwede mag-save dito no? Para parang Silent Hill. Parang Resident Evil. Ayan. Handkerchief. Book. Le Fume, Volume 1, Number 4. Anong book yun? The leading intellectual organ of Martinique communism offers a radical Mazovian perspective on a range of contemporary ideas. The cover features a stylized portrait of the late King Friesel with a pair of white antlers growing out of his head. Okay ah. Wait lang. Okay, interact.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the
Friesel.
sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why antlers? Why Friesel? Flip through the pages. See what catches your eye. Sige, ito na kagad. Wag na yung wala nang kwenta yung tanong eh.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections: international development, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
I read the editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée, unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel. La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Whisper. Kim, I think this is a communist magazine. Play it cool. Pretend everything's in order. Sige, sabihin natin sa kanya. Kaya lang ano kay reaction niya.
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
Ganun yan, no?
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Okay. Ano yung word na hindi ko mabasa eh? Kunst and culture.
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture.
Okay.
Why they decided to title this one section in Volda is beyond you. It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective.
Sino yung CS? Tingnan natin.
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer.
Just a moment. What is this tip-top tourney? Sounds dull.
The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing.
It's,
If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll.
alright, let's see what these communists have to say about tip-top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée.
Wait, what's wrong with tip-top?
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes.
Hang on, who wrote this stuff? What's so bad about sponsorships? What's wrong with a good motor crash? They just keep it interesting. Hang on, who wrote this stuff?
Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines: Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. There's no way those are real names.
Obviously, malamang, pen name. Wait, why aren't they real names? Kailangan pa ba itanong yon?
Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms.
What's better about sponsorships?
Under capitalism, The article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter.
It actually makes sense kasi kahit naman sa Formula 1 or NASCAR, may mga sponsors eh. Right. But then you get to see them crash.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
No, I'm pretty sure I like it for the racing. Wow, you're right. I really am just in it for the violence. As I thought, number one.
Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave.
I guess I've never thought about it. I guess I've never thought about it that much.
That's because you haven't been reading critically. But don't worry. The whole point of these sorts of articles is to let someone else read critically for you.
Kim, this article says that no one really watches Tip Top tourney for the races.
Oh, come on. Can this article read your mind?
It seems to think so. No, I guess not.
A certain kind of young man reads one or two books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Put the magazine away. Walang point eh. There's no point pa naman eh. Ano to? Ano yun? Ba't hindi madampot? Ayun. Postcard. Le Jardin 21. The 21th garden, I think. Tama ang intindi ko to sa word. Postcard. Le Jardin 21. This laminated postcard offers a glimpse across the river. A little more than a decade after the war, the eastern bank is already fully renovated. The hillsides are lush with gardens and residences. Someone's parked a small beige airship by the fountain. This postcard will sell for a pretty penny. Kana? 34 cents. Okay, so far wala na. Ano yung nasa taas? Someone left the coffee machine on. The dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. A standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. Dito meron? Meron. Ano yan? Glasses. Neat office shades. Plus one visual calculus minus drama. Take all. Compare ko to sa suot ko. Plus one logic pero minus one authority. Ikaw, visual calculus minus one drama. Mas mahalaga yung logic. Ano yan? Magnesium, okay. O gamit tayo ng isa. Tapos isa pa dito. Ano yan?
second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside.
Tama. Open the drawer.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Browse through the folders.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol, Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting? Browse them.
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Very high. Ay, high pala. Sige ko natin to. Save.
The
Hindi.
drawer slides shut smoothly.
Save ko muna. Pwede ulit buksan eh. Check ko lang. Okay. Try natin.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever, as whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Look at the note.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
Then to the lieutenant. Look, Kim. A to-do note with a list of errands for Everett.
Everard Clare, probably, the head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? Blood?
Take another look at the note.
Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
Code nga yan Okay, yung borscht na yan.
All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled. The drawer slides shut smoothly.
Meron pa bang item? Wala na. Save muna natin, tapos try natin open yung pinto. The door is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. Guess you have no choice but to talk to the union leader. Okay, fine. Exit na tayo dito. Okay. Buksan na natin yung pinto, hopefully. Yung gate pala. Teka naman. Ano yun?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. Two buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marsh on. Arrête off.
Mm. Leave mo na. Tapos save. Okay.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. Marsh. On. Arrête. Off.
Off natin.
Crane stands tall, proud, erect, and still. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Its purpose? What do you mean purpose? Understood. Let's get back to the panel.
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Okay. Ano to? Items. Nag-auto-save. Yan. No, si pad 1 health. Ginamit natin yung isa, okay lang. May pera sa loob, okay go. Okay, baba mo na ulit. Ano pa ba? Meron tayong $6.67. Okay, wala na rito. Okay, yung container. Ay, meron dito. You see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Kefalsund. Kefalsund. Kefalsund means whale fjord in Arden. Okay, ano to container na to?
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special about this container.
You do? Because I don't.
What? Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It was hanging from the crane. I don't know, Kim. It just feels special. Inspect the container. Maybe there's contraband in there. You're right. It's probably nothing. Okay. Baka nga may contraband.
There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
Check na lang din natin.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Knock on the door. Sige.
No reply.
Impossible. Very low. Nothing more. Nothing more to do here for now. Leave. Save natin. Subukan natin. Baka makuha yun eh. Save. Auto-save. Di ko kailangan yan. Get rid of that. Okay. Try natin.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems... Why are you...
Okay. Ayaw. Try natin. Baka ma-brute force natin if ever.
You're back before the cargo container. Why are you?
Ay, pa rin. Baka ma-brute force kasi, baka pwede. Parang yung
Back
tinalon
before
natin,
the
na
cargo
brute force din
container.
natin eventually.
Why are you?
Okay. Okay, dalawang attempts na lang. Pag pangalawa, pag after two attempts, wala pa rin, wag na.
You're back before the cargo container. Why are you?
Last one.
You're back before the cargo container. Why are you?
Ayaw talaga, never mind, wag na. At teka, equip ko yung ano. Dapat pwede yan.
You're back before the cargo container.
Wala,
Its draw
pwede.
has not lessened.
Ba't kasi rhetoric yung pambuk, ano eh, action eh. Dito pala, may daan pala rito, okay. The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Kasi nga may ano eh, may rally eh. Wala. May item dun. The mask of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. Ano yan? Fallen Ultra Series gloves. Plus one half-light. Ano yung half-light? Logic, encyclopedia, rhetoric, drama, conceptualization, visual calculus, suggestion, esprit de corps, authority, empathy, Highland Empire, evolution, endurance, pain threshold, physical instrument, electrical chemistry, shivers. Ayun, half-light. Yung gloves na suit natin, anong stats? Electrochemistry, okay, go, sige. Half-light. Ano ba yung faction ng half-light? Let the body take control. Threaten people, okay. Physical base, okay. Okay. Okay, useful yan. Sige, for now. Hindi niya pwedeng, there's something here. Coins. Wala tayo $7, 77 cents. Industrial sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Area, new area. Okay. The coffee in the giant thermos is still lukewarm. May tao yata rito ah. A stair made of pallets leading up. Save. Save mo na. Mamaya may encounter dito na hindi natin alam eh. Ah, may nagta-type eh, oh. Yan, ito muna. Explore muna. A taxidermy fish that tells time. Okay, wala na. Kausapin na natin itong... Ano to?
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Are you in charge of the dock workers? Leave without comment. Okay.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
Ano yan? Mr. Dubois. Dubois pala pangalan natin. Dubois something.
I'm Everard Clare.
Ah,
of
yun
the
Everard.
Barders Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
The lieutenant nods at you, then the chair.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
I'd rather take a seat. I'd rather stand. Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois? Actually, I'm in a bit of a hurry right now. Okay, take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Remain serious. Try to wink back. Damn, this chair is uncomfortable. Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Barders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
He points at it again.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Wait, you know Gart? Thank you, Everett. Take the comically large check. Take the comically large check, but don't say anything. Keep it. I'm good. Leave the check. You can take that comically large check and shove it your ass. Wait, you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the check again. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Thank you, Everett. Take the comically large. Take the comically large check, but don't say anything. Keep it. I'm good.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No.
No, it's cool. No, say yeah, thanks. No, it's cool. You got integrity.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
How do you know about my lost gun? I'm not worried. I've got this. I've got this. I'm not worried. I've got this. I would appreciate any help you could provide. So number 1, paano nga niya nalaman?
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right.
Harry Dubois? Yan ang pangalan natin?
It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Kim, turn to Kim. Low. Composure, challenging. Don't panic. Low eh. Kim, turn to Kim.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Okay. Oh, not challenging. Bala na.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
No, I'm not about to cry. Try to stay cool. So what? Men can cry too. Yeah. Yung classic na kanta. I'm not. Ito na.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this Mr. Dubois he keeps repeating? What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effort. You're in some stupor. Keep sliding down the chair like a cello shot. There are no hurries. Let your mind go to your safe place. Number 1.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
I'm as good as it gets, Mr. Dubois. Vaguely gesture with your hands above your head. Oh yeah, man. I'm fucking great. Keep sliding. Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water. Sit up tight. I'm melting. Number 2.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself.
Teka, kailangan natin
Questions will
i-reload.
help you regain.
I-reload natin. Wag tayo umupo doon sa chair. Okay. Load. Okay. Pa-fast forward ko na lang yung mga ibang dialogue na nadaanan na natin.
Before you, with great effort, he straightens himself up. in.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois. I'm Everett. I'd offer you my hand, but
He looks extremely
You go ahead, detective.
whatever he has in store. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Number 2, I'd rather stand.
please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
Number 2, I don't sit. It's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As in Nazi, his multiple chins move like ocean waves.
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
He turns back to his
You're
typewriter.
no Titan of Elysium, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Kasi no choice.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me,
The chair you're sitting.
by the way, this should take care. It should be sufficient.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Yes, I know.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Either 2 or 4 eh. Sige, number 4 muna.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts then.
He crosses his arms on his ample midsection and sinks further into his chair.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure...
His slut. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost.
Okay, number 2.
Are you all right, Harry? It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their...
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot. You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. You'll think you're disgusting.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois?
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
Okay, try natin number 2.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Try natin number 1.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of...
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got in? You called me Mr. Dubois. Why? Let's talk about my lost gun. I want to talk about the hanging. What's in the container that's outside your office? Everett, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later. Nope. O sige, number 1, try natin.
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age...
Say nothing. A man my age, what are you implying? I'm at the peak of my abilities. I too am surprised by the resilient and athleticism of this tool I've been provided with. Tap your chest. My body's gonna break down any moment now. Probably pushed it to the limit. Enough wackiness. Let's get back to business. Sige, number 5.
Things do always turn real wacky when you and I are in the same room, don't they, Harry? Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
You call me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
So that's my real name? So that's really my name?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It's true. My memory is a bit hazy. My memory is fine. I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out with my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
The lieutenant inspects Everett over his spectacles.
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Let's get it straight. What is my full name? Do you know where I live? Do you know anything about my family? Do I have a wife or kids, or what kind of a cop does it say I am? Where did you get that folder? Let's talk of other matters for a moment. Wag na to. Wag daw eh. Wag daw ano eh. Where did you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Let's get this straight. What is my full name? Do you know where I live? Do you know anything about my family? What kind of a cop does it say I am? Let's talk of other matters. Tayo natin to.
It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
Wait, I thought you are Harry Dubois. Okay, I like it. I can work with that. I don't really like it.
And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you?
Do you know where I live?
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
Do you know anything about my family?
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
Never mind the family. You're right, I don't. I think I do. I'd be a wonderful father. I don't think so, Rin. Kato. Never mind the family.
Family, Harry, is the most important thing in the world.
What kind of a cop does it say I am?
Oh, Harry, you are the most regular, traditional, by-the-book law official imaginable.
I just want to do my job, that's all. Hey, I'm not that regular. Check out my tie. Medyo sige.
Now that is funky, Harry. You are a colourful fellow, not a boring stiff like this deceitful folder here implies.
We are charming as pants off, Bratan. Great job.
Medium. Try na lang natin, go. High naman eh.
As you look at
Ayun.
the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
That's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Let's talk about my lost gun. Ito muna. Ito, sige, tanong natin ano yung nasa container.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
There's something special about it. It was attached to the Cavalson crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Okay. Let's talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
Ano yung bago? May bago ba? Ano tapos? Dan yata eh. I sense there's a but.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
The lieutenant says with a slow nod.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
I've opened a few doors in my life. You've heard wrong, Everett. We're not. Kim, is that true? Are we door opening machines? Ito na number 1.
And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
The stars aligned into a cosmic frown here. He has your fate decided. Bide your time, however, and let the stars continue their course, and that frown shall turn into a smile. Only if you play along.
Why don't you open it yourself? Whose door is it? I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging. Damn it, fine. I look into it. We need to talk about that murder. Accept the task. I can't accept this thing. It's the task for now. Try natin yung number 3 muna bago natin kunin yan.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
He removes his glasses and rubs his nose.
Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
He puts his glasses back on. Why don't you just open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Sige, fine.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level.
He flicks his fingers.
You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Okay, let's talk about my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone.
Ba yun?
Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Hold on. Could he really hold my gun hostage? Wait, the gun may have been brought from... wait, the gun may have been bought from Roy's pawn shop. Have your men factored that in? I will not be blackmailed with this gun business. I don't care about my gun. Keep it. Does this mean if I do things for you, I will get my gun back? Number 2.
Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed factored in that you pawned it. Now please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important, building our relationship for the good of Martinez.
Open apartment door for Everett. Everett asks you to open the basement door behind the greenhouse in the backyard to intimidate the occupant. Do whatever you have to do. Everett has promised to give you info on the case in return. Get the key to the Wisa's door from Manana. Okay.
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
Does this mean if I do things for you, I will get my gun back?
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
Done. Experience natin. Pwede naman mag-ano? Wala pa.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Alright, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Thanks. I was wondering how I'm supposed to get out. Great. Wouldn't want to... no? Great. Wouldn't want to get stuck in here. Okay.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry.
Ang nakuha natin. Okay, check lang natin kung ano yung nakuha natin, tapos end na natin yung episode for now. Wala kung ano binigay niya sa atin eh. Binigyan na tayo ng funds. Okay, fine. Okay, anyway, save na natin dito guys. Saka na tayo lumabas. So, save. Hindi ko kailangan ng auto-save. Ang kulit. Isa pa. Tapos end na natin. Okay. Okay guys. Kaya Velosa signing off. Tuloy lang ulit natin ito next episode.